same period. You go to movie and you just see Rajinikanth jumps from continent to continent and fight. And 99% of the boys and girls superimpose themselves into the hero. Girls will superimpose himself into the heroine. That will work as long as the film gets over. 3 hours, nalla irukum. He imagined himself to be Rajinikanth. I don't know any other actor apart from this. I'm sorry to say this. When I was in UNICEF, I'm talking about much earlier. When I was a teacher of Devi Gopalapuram. Then I was doing this I was part of UNICEF. By the time the UNICEF people just came over there, some actors were just sitting, they're all the members. I mean, obviously, you tend to talk to people next to you. She said, I never knew she was an actor. So I have done this movie called Shivaji. It was a movie called Shivaji. So time I come to know. I said, is it so? I don't know. I know one Shivaji, my MGR Shivaji. I don't know apart from all those Shivaji. No, we have spent 100 crore rupee for the movie. You need to watch it. I told her, if I spend 3 hours somewhere, I make 3,000 rupees. You pay me 3,000 rupees, I go there and sleep. Because I don't know much about. I know Rajinikanth is a famous guy, or he's a famous guy right now, I don't know. Maybe, please, pardon for my ignorance. Anyway, the motivational talk is exactly like the movie. As long as you are watching that and these guys do this and all those, in every movie the boy will go right and the girl will go left, and there'll be a song and there'll be a villain uncle, he who wants to marry the same girl, and eventually the fight. This is what happens in all the movies, and therefore I am unable to distinguish between this movie and other movie. More or less all the story, or maybe you could have been versatile in that aspect of it. I am little weak. Anyway, what I come to tell you is that as long as they are watching the movie, the superimposition of their individuality into the hero will make them feel so comfortable. And even after the movie, till they reach home, till maybe for an half an hour or a couple of hours, that thought would have been lingering in their mind. After 2 days, they come back to normalcy. Normalcy is what? Being erratic, being non-heroic, being this, being that. Exactly the motivational speech. He shouts and just say, you can boys, you can, God, today you take. Hey, just because I just say I can, maybe I don't find fault with that. You can just say as many times as you want, like Gayatri Jabam and other Jabam. But where from the capability come? Unless and until the change happens within, nothing will happen. Gita addresses this. Gita addresses this. Doesn't give you any false promise. Change the root cause, as I said. I am going to address it. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, what I come to tell you is that the frustrated aspect of yours is students don't listen. I don't listen to you because I don't understand the value of mine. You are, sir, what to do? Sir, what to do? See, that would depend from person to person. What should I do? The mechanism is not one and the same. There is no one magic touch, one trump card which should work for everybody. Your problem is different, and students approaching you, their problem is different. This differs from person to person. Mechanism has to differ from person to person. If I just say do this, then again I am doing the motivational talk. I am cheating you, bluntly speaking. So therefore, make them understand their value as a student over here in the classroom. You are valuable. Penetrate into their mind. Secondly, valuable for their parent. One who is all right to their parents will be all right to the teacher. During parent-teachers meeting, nowhere you would have heard, sir, this guy does a great job there in the school, but for me, maybe they may take a privilege as a mother or father, but their concept of understanding, their value remains the same wherever they go, whatever they are. Yatechasi tatha kuru. Having advised all this, Krishna says, do what you like. What made him say that? The confidence that this teaching would have penetrated into his mind. That is the job of yours, ladies and gentlemen, as a teacher. Make sure that your teaching penetrates into the mind of them. The confidence that Krishna asked. Krishna said, having said all this, yathechasi tatha kuru. What an adamant statement. Do what you like. There is no necessity for you to be following me. Come on. Confidence that the teaching has penetrated, and therefore he will never ever go wrong deviating the path of what was set right in front of him. This mechanism will differ from person to person. Need to educate them, their value system. She is also important. He is also important. All the 40, whatever number that you have, I don't know. All the 40 in the CBSE agrees only 40, now it is increased to 45. All the 40 are equally important to me. That value system observed. Secondly, once you make them understand the value system, no magic will ever happen again. This has got something to do less with the motivation, more with the culture that you set up there in the classroom. I repeat, this phenomenon has got less to do with the motivating them, motivational speech or whatever, more with setting up a culture there in the classroom. What kind of culture that you are talking about? When Arjuna said, varieties and varieties of problem, varieties and varieties of problem. In 13, 14 verses, he said, Abdi, I don't, this will happen, that would happen, the whole country will go down. Having listened to all this, he has decided to set up a new culture for the system. What is the culture that we are talking about is the 5 great points. Ladies and gentlemen, let me put it in this way. This has got less to do with motivating them, more to do with setting up a culture. You need to be so clear with clarity, with context, consistency, and what is exactly expected out of them and why it matters. I repeat, clarity with context, consistency, and what is exactly expected out of them and why it matters. Krishna talks about all this in 13, 14 verses. Asocyananvasochasvam prajnavadams chabhashase. From this verse, he has been talking about 14, 15 verse. What does he speak? He speaks with the clarity, context, consistency, and what is expected out of them and why it matters. If you carefully analyze all the verses right from Asocyanam Vasochastvam, this is what he said. No false promise whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen, like this motivational speaker or whatever. He says, interestingly, hatova prapsyasi swargam jitva va bhokshase mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya. If you are killed in the battlefield, you will attain heaven, swargam. If you win the battlefield, you will get the kingdom. As if he does not know. Everybody knows it. Why I come to tell you is that no false promise. He doesn't say, I am the God, I am the controller of everything, I make you win, do it. No. The atrocity in this verse is, hatova, prapsyasi swargam. If you are killed in the battlefield, you will attain heaven. If you win the battlefield, you will get the kingdom. Yes, this is the this is the reality, no false promise. Having said that, next verse is asocyanan vasocastvam. Clarity with context, consistency, and what is expected out of him as a king, as a warrior, and why it matters if you don't do what would happen to him. This is what Harvard Business has been talking about. I said administrative aspect. Ma'am knows better, being a management person. Otherwise, just merely talking about this, nothing will work. Making them understand the value and all this aspect. Once you made it, they will have a tremendous amount of confidence that even if they go wrong, they will be supported by the teacher. Then the class would be under your control. This will make them understand their value. I am a valuable person in this class, and I have understood with a great clarity, with the context, what is expected out of me. If I don't, what would happen? What is expected out of him and why it matters for you as a student, as a brother, as anything. This is what the great job, the culture that Krishna set up. He started making some other mechanism. Things didn't work. If you carefully analyze chapter 1, chapter 2, he tried to make some other mechanism. Then 13, 14 verses continuously he speaks about such a beautiful mechanism that would penetrate into his mind. Then he became alert. The guy who said, I cannot move an inch. I am totally collapsed. The same guy was vibrant guy there in the battlefield. So this bring in a great amount of clarity. Once this concept is over, the next beautiful concept Krishna has been talking about. See again, all the topics right from the beginning that I have been talking about are connected to each other. Once this shaping up process is over, what happens is there in Bhagavad Gita, when Duryodhana has been enlisting the number of people available there in the Pandava side. Atrasura Maheshvasa Bhimarjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Atrasuraha Maheshvasa. All of them are great warriors. He is making Drona understand it. And also says, Bhimarjuna Samayudhi. Each and every one of them are as brave, as strong as Bhima and Arjuna. Yuyudhanaha Virataha Drupadaha. and they are considered to be Maharathaha. You know what is Maharathaha? The guy who is able to handle 10,000 warriors single-handed. Okay, what does it teach me? Ladies and gentlemen, the management theory from this verse is pretty clear. All these people are compatible as a team. Individually, they are capable. Each and every student of yours should be compatible as a team. This is what team building that we are talking about. In any company, any organization, even the classroom. The team building starts from here. As a team, people got to be compatible. Individually, they are capable. And compatibility and capability mix with each other, you make a fine-tuned person in the classroom. They can speak louder than any damn things. This creates a kind of confidence that I am, as a team, compatible. Does not mean that I am not capable. Individually, I am capable. Compatibility mixed with capability. Thousands and thousands of years before all the, TIC Business School, Tuck Business School or Harvard Business School, all these theories have been spoken by no less a person, Krishna himself. So when a team people come from different background. We cannot make all the fingers alike. People come from different family background, different practice and different mindset and different culture. And therefore making them alike, it's not that easy. But what you can do, I come from different family background. You come from different family background. And family background has got a larger, more things in terms of understanding the value that comes with upbringing. Value comes with upbringing. Let me put it in this way, very, very localized example. You have sugar, great sugar, 400 or whatever. I don't have, please don't get me wrong. And somebody gives you the Balaji Laddu. The value system that has been taught to you through the upbringing, that Balaji Prasadam. There is no conformity from the medical science saying that Balaji Prasadam will not shoot up your sugar. Please don't get me wrong. It will. Despite that being the factor, the value system of yours makes you agree Balaji Prasadam. When you are married to another person, the upbringing of yours tells you, in spite of himself being erratic, you have to get acquainted with the system of that particular house so that you can save your marriage. This is a different topic. Saving the marriage nowadays happens to be a bigger topic. ஐயோ அது இன்னைக்கு இருக்க சாமி அதுக்கே ஒரு நாள் பேசணும். I don't understand basically. 1 month, what will you understand with the family? What he speaks to you, you speak to him. When you fall in love with each other, matters nothing but how somebody behaves within 4 walls, that matters. Indriyani Paranya, we come to that, otherwise we will miss this chapter. That's a very room chapter. I'm not a psychiatrist. I didn't do my MSc psychology. Please don't get me wrong. Therefore, my website will tell you dharmic counseling. I cannot do counseling. I'll be behind the bar. I call it as dharmic counseling towards the people across the world. Their problems are not a very normal problem. Silliest, if there is a word called English teachers to correct me. Come on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's a different topic altogether. What I come to tell you is that the value system that comes through upbringing. So, people come from different background, different nature, different likes and dislikes. You like a potato and they may not like it. You can never ever make all the 5 fingers alike. We try to some extent, but we cannot be successful. If you are successful and something wrong with you, being unsuccessful is reality. Being unsuccessful is a new norms. You cannot make it, but you can only make compatible as a team, individually capable. Atra Sura Maheshvasa, thousands and thousands of years before, we delivered the individual capability and team as a team compatibility. No text whatsoever anywhere across the world has been talking about all this. Do this, don't do this. Any religion, I don't want to belittle other religion, please don't get me wrong. Nowhere. If you don't do it, you are all done. Here, wider and wider of options that is given over there. Taking it, not taking it is your option. We make sense. We talk wisdom. We don't make people believe. Once upon a time, what happened? Annammal was suffering from fever. Neither her younger sister nor her elder sister. Annammal was the only lady she was suffering from fever. Because Annammal is the only lady she who has not converted into that particular religion and therefore she is suffering from fever. We don't talk about all these aspects over here. We talk about the great sense. We don't make people believe anything, we make people understand 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 is not a matter of belief. It's a matter of understanding. A golden bearded guy called God sitting in the heaven and watching you all the time joblessly, we don't talk. Somebody was just asking me the question over here. What would be the verse if that to be chanted all the time when we are in difficulty? In Hindu mythology, 30 crore devatas are there. All the devatas have got their own capability and compatibility. That which attracts, because all the devatas are into the domain of strength and whichever pocket that attracts you, that would be the deity of yours. Whichever pocket that attracts you, that is the deity of yours. Sri Rama Rama Rameti, once you chant this particular mantra, that gives you a kind of solace and satisfaction and contentment and effervescent joy. That attracts me so much. Vasudeva Sutam Devam attracts me. Or Devi Mahatmyam attracts me. And you have the greater more options for you to choose your God. When I was traveling somewhere, somebody just asked me, "Sir, I understood in your religion there are many gods. Don't you think it is so funny?" I didn't talk to him. said, what's your problem? In my religion, I have only one. Don't you think it is so sensible? Let it be, I don't mind it. No, you have to answer me. You said you are this and that, you talk about religion and all those things. Eventually, I just wanted to ask a question. In my religion, we believe in one God. You believe in many gods. Don't you think it is absurd? Many gods. He said, what is your problem? No, let me put it in this way. He said, people have a great headache, for example. And the guy is sitting there at Kanchipuram, another university. He says, oh God, Vigneshwara, come and save me, I have a great headache. By the time Vigneshwara was traveling from heaven to another university, the person who makes the prayer changes the God. Oh Muruga, come and saves me. After some time, oh Shiva comes and saves me. So will Muruga comes or Vigneshwara comes or Shiva comes, sometime later Parvati comes, and who will come? Eventually no God came and saved him, and eventually he died because of many gods available there and no gods have ever saved him. He was closed. I told him, at least here, when he just say, oh Vigneshwara, come and save me, Vigneshwara would have come halfway from heaven or wherever. He has taken a hotel room number 404 somewhere, and from room number 404 to your place he will come. By coming half the way, he could have made half the blessing. By Muruga, half the blessing somewhere. But you having one God. A lady there in Perth in Australia, making the prayer that she has got heavy stomachache. Oh God, come and I can say the name of my own religion so comfortably, but not another. Oh God, come and save me. By the time this God is going over there, another guy from Canada, another guy from Italy, another guy from New York. At least in my God, they can take a turn and duty. You go there, I'll go here and save people. In your religion, where will one God go? Will he go to Australia, or go to Canada, or New York, or Italy, or where will he go? And he was frustrated. So therefore, I just come to a question over there, where I was just asking, what would be the better verse that I can tell? Because we have varieties and varieties of pockets with a great strength. That which attracts you, you can just take it. Anyway, I think I am deviating the topic. Come back to the topic now. Individually capable and as a team compatible. Having made this, what he advises Krishna is, because I told you very clearly that all these are the view of Krishna. The view, your view, my view, the view is here Krishna's view. Yatatecha tato bhuyaha samsiddho kurunandana. It's a verse there in Bhagavad Gita. There should be a constant development of the competence. There is no one magic touch. To get everything right, to be successful, you need to get everything right. To go wrong, you need to get only one thing wrong. I repeat, to be successful, you need to get everything right. To fall in ditch, you need to get only one thing wrong. The mountaineers know how every step of them will make them pick up the mountain. The same mountaineers know how one slip will make them fall into valley. You need to get everything right to go to the top. Just get one thing wrong for you to fall. Etatecha tato bhuyaha. Bhuyaha. Samsiddho Kuru Nandana. To achieve success, you need to go with the constant progress. There is no one magic touch, one trump card, or one, the system or statement that will work for you. It is a put together development of your competence. It can be technical growth, it can be communication growth, or it can be market competence, or it can be anything. It should be the put together development of the skill for you to be successful in life. He says, yatate cha tato, try and try and try again for you to be successful, and there is no end for it. As I said, every great player practices even on the particular morning. And the competence has got no ending. There are people who wanted to survey with the talent that they have developed 10 years earlier. Now they are afraid of AI. Ladies and gentlemen, AI is driving the whole world. AI can give presentation for you. AI can think for you. It can send email. But AI cannot lead your life managing chaos with calmness. AI can drive car. There are driverless car nowadays. I'm not joking. It works on your intuition. Driverless car. AI can do anything and everything. AI cannot lead life with empathy, to manage chaos with calmness. By doing Gita, you can not only master AI, you can master your emotional intelligence. You can master your decision intelligence. You can master your spiritual intelligence. Because the great teacher and the great leader doesn't manage only people. He manages the purpose of living. He manages the energy of people in and around him. He manages himself eventually. There are people who wanted to survey with the talent and the competence that they developed 10 years earlier. Now everything has become AI, and I have made this organization from 4 to 40, and now people have thrown me out. Yatate cha tato bhujaha, the AI was taught by Lord Krishna thousands and thousands of years before. Nobody would have ever dreamt a word called AI. Am I making sense? So, need to go with all the things right to go to the top. To fall, need to get one thing wrong. Constant and continuous development of the skill, of the capability and competence that we just talked. Apart from being compatible, they are capable. The capability should be an all-round developed one. I have a great, the flowing language. Then what? Then what? Then what? It is a matter of put-togetherness. Those times have gone. I am good at this, good at that, and therefore I can manage. Those days are gone. As I said, to bring in larger sustainability, the old things ought to be eradicated. If anybody, she or he, is not equipped with AI, There is no place for you to be here. Why? Didn't listen to Krishna. Etate jatato bhuyaha. What is this? Do you mean to say Krishna is equipped with AI? Would have been, who knows? Talked about all this thousands and thousands of years before. Complete development of the skill for you to be sustaining in the market. What else, what can be the better theory of the market that people would have spoken in any text? So, need to get everything right for you to be the top of the world, and need to get only one thing wrong to fall into that. Just because everybody dreams, இது ஒரு problem again. எல்லாருக்கும் ஆசை இருக்கு சார். Just because everybody dreams, everybody cannot become Bill Gates. Just because everybody dreams, everybody cannot get into IIT. Just because everybody dreams, everybody cannot get into medicine. Dream should travel with confidence and sacrifice. There are people who have been talking about sacrifice. They don't sacrifice anything. But these people who have been aspiring to get into IIT with a great dream, they sacrifice so much. Tasty food, their habits, their hobbies, sacrifice so much so. It is not again, laddu will just fall from the heaven. One or two, எங்கேயோ யாருக்கோ ஏதோ நடந்ததுப்பா சார், ஒன்றுமே பண்ணல சார். That should have been Janmantara Vasana. Suryavamshi, the guy, hits everybody's ball, but nobody does it. But I cannot go and just stand there in the ground and converting myself. No, bloody people will push you out. Just because I also have the great dream to be a Suryavamshi. Suryavamshi. I cannot be. I have a dream. Crores and crores of players over there across the world wanted to be Suryavamshi. The guy who has mastered all the great international batsmen there in different game, he smashes all the balls. How come? That's one rendu Janmantara Vasana. That is the capability that comes from generation after generation. Mam janmani aprapyeva kaunteya tato yanti dhamma. That is not to be taken as normal thing. Exceptions are not examples. Ladies and gentlemen, and therefore, just because everybody dream, everybody can be a great performer. To be a great performer, you need to aspire with the perspiration, sacrifice, and therefore will get everything right for you to go to the top. You need to get only one thing wrong for you to fall in the valley. Mountaineers know it. Etate chatato bhuyaha samsiddho kurunandana. Okay, having said this, sir, idella okay sir, but ivlo panniyum fail ஆறுது சார். என்ன சார் பண்ண முடியும்? Many people fail and go back. But high performer fail and go forward. I repeat, many people fail and go back. High performer fail and go forward. Ladies and gentlemen, failure is a skill. Nothing wrong in failing. But repeating the same mistake is. Krishna says, Sahajam karma kaunteya saddoshopi natyajayet. Wow. It would have been faulty once, twice, but don't leave it. Sir, you just say failure is essential in life, but there are people keep failing, they never attain success. How it will match with each other? High performers also fail, but for them every failure comes with correction, ladies and gentlemen. Corrected failure is for progress. Uncorrected failure, you repeatedly do the same mistake and finding fault with the theory. I think 99% of the people are of that particular category. This Harvard Business School, first theory, not to be afraid of failure. Sagajam karma kaunteya, sagajam sahajayate, it is born with you. Karma kaunteya saddoshopi nattijayet. Every failure will make you unstoppable. Failure is essential in life. You fail brilliantly. Brilliance and failure should go with each other. Nobody would have heard. Many people, you can just go with the YouTube also. Many people talk about Bhagavad Gita. Nowhere all this content would have been delivered, ladies and gentlemen. I challenge. It is not that I challenge, it is the great text called Bhagavad Gita. Is there in Prasthanatrayam, Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, all these people have been knowing it. It is very hard for you to understand Brahma Sutra Bhashyam, but Bhagavad Gita is so easy for you to understand it. Complete administrative aspect of it. You know how many of you, I don't know, IIM has got Bhagavad Gita to be the part in their curriculum. Ma'am must be knowing it. Tug Business School has got Bhagavad Gita to be the curriculum there. I am not exaggerating, you can Google it. But the view that we have towards Gita is இந்த சாமியார் இவங்கெல்லாம் இந்த ஐயங்கள்லாம் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னாக்க ஏதோ பண்ணுவாங்க ஸ்லோகம் சொல்லுவாங்க. This is the management theory. Life science. Whether you understand the ultimate theory of Bhagavad Gita or not, Brahma eka eva satyam anyat sarvam mithya. The Brahman, that alone is real. Everything is unreal. We come to that. Whether you understand that or not, but at least the administrative part of it to trim yourself to be the better and better person. Ultimately, you go to that area or not, even I don't go. That will come after Sata Janma Koti Sukrita if Punya Vinana Labhyate. Janma after Janma, Janma after Janma. But at least understand this human theory, this human science. Failure is essential in life. Failure is a skill, not a problem. Every failure should make you unstoppable in life, for you to be a better and better person, better and better person. Constantly it is taking your intelligence up and up and up. You have labels after labels, labels after labels. சரி சார் இதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டீங்க, எனக்கு டைம் இல்லை, அடுத்து இது ஒரு பிரச்சனை இருக்குது பாருங்க சார். ஐ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டைம், எவ்ரிபடி இஸ் பிஸி கேட்டேன்னா வச்சுக்கோங்க சார். ஐம் பிஸி சார், ஐ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டைம். அது ஒரு இட் சீம்ஸ் டு பி அ சிம்பிள் பிரச்சனை, பட் இட்ஸ் அ பிகர் பிரச்சனை. எவ்ரிவேர் யூ ஜஸ்ட் கோ, ஆஸ் பீப்புள் ஐ எம் பிஸி. Everybody has got 24 hours. You know, இந்த 4 floor பேசினே வேண்டாம் அப்படி இது. Everybody has got 24 hours. You have 24 hours, I have 24. Everybody has got in the entire world. Within the 24 hours, Madam says her friend, I have a Bhagavad Gita lecture. The guy seems to be saying something new. I need to go over there. Will you come? Friend says, no, I have a movie in this evening and therefore I don't. The same person asks, Madam, will you come for the movie? No, I have a Bhagavad Gita lecture. So everybody has time. Time management is a myth. It will take time for you to understand it. I repeat, time management is a myth. It will take time for you to understand it. Everybody has time. It is not that people don't have time, but their time is based on their own interest and their own priority. Your priority and her priority, your priority and his priority are different from each other. What Bhagavad Gita tells you that your priority should be towards the valuable things, not the non-valuable things. There are people who procrastinate and postpone everything. There are large amount of people keep on postponing. அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கலாம். அது more or less everybody. எல்லாம் சிரிக்கிறாங்க. நான் என்ன பற்றி சொல்கிறாரா அவர். அப்புறம் பார்த்துக்கலாம் சார். என்ன சார் வரட்டும். பார்த்துக்கலாம். நீ என்னைக்கு டேட் என்னைக்கு அன்றைக்கி தானே வில் டேக். Postponement for the sake of marriage, for example. You are waiting for a muhurtam and the auspicious time will come on particular date, particular time, and therefore we postpone. We are supposed to fix the marriage 18th of this month, but the auspicious time is not that good according to the nakshatram of the boy or girl, and therefore yes, agreeable. But postponement for no reason, asking for the reason, students will tell, so I don't feel like doing. ஏதோ ஒரு நாள், somewhere or other, one day you can just say, I don't feel like doing. Or 2 days. And all the time you don't feel like doing, so then what does it mean? Krishna addresses all these. Dirgha sutri vishadi, dirgha sutri chakarta, tamasa uchyate. Time management, Krishna speaks wider in spectrum. Lovely verses. They are called Dirgha Sutri, those who procrastinate and postpone. Keep on postponing for no reason whatsoever. Because they do not understand the value of the time that they need to learn. You know what urgency our Vedic tradition has given for our life? At the age of 8 to 11, the guy has to be brought to the Guru for the great Gayatri Mantra Upadesham. At the age of 8 to 11. What is the urgency, sir? This life science has to be learnt with a great urgency. People just ask, why the Gayatri Mantra? There are many mantras. Why the Vedic tradition gives importance for Gayatri Mantra? People just say it is there in Vedas. Somebody says it is there in all the Vedas. There are many mantras which are there in all the Vedas. But why Gayatri Mantra? The prayer of Gayatri Mantra meaning doesn't talk about buying a Mercedes Benz. Doesn't pray for a palatial house there in Besant Nagar. Doesn't pray for the IIT admission. Doesn't pray for getting a beautiful girl as wife. The prayer is, let the buddhi of intellect of mine be kindled for the sake of understanding the reality of this life. You have lakhs and lakhs of prayer. I drive Indian car, I long for Mercedes. I live in 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom, but I wanted 6-bedroom. These prayers have not been given importance there in the Gayatri Mantra, but Gayatri Mantra importance is, let my intellect be kindled for the sake of understanding the very reality of this life, which is right and which is wrong. Vivekaha, the discriminating intellect to choose the right thing, to neglect the wrong thing. It doesn't have any longing or any lingering for anything. It gives the prayer is for understanding the reality, what you and I and all of us have been doing right now. Right now, what we are doing is, we are selfish over here. We are giving importance for self-development. We don't give importance for anything. This is the topmost importance that is given in our Vedic tradition. But people are procrastinating and postponing. Vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Maybe a year back, having understood all this, what happened was, like maybe a couple of years earlier, when I was talking about all this, sir, the time management aspect of it that you are talking is so great. Because of the lack of time management, I have lost my job. I have lost my relationship. I have lost this, I have lost this, I have lost this. So I have understood the value of time management now. And you have made it absolutely clear to me. And therefore, from next month onwards, even now, from next month onwards, I am going to be so sad, pathetic. So, those who are procrastinating and postponing, they are considered to be Dirgha Sutri. Krishna addresses all this. The second aspect of all, because every chapter is connected. The pathetic thing that we have been doing is, I ask you to put your iWatch into dustbin. Will you put your iWatch into dustbin? No, because you consider that to be valuable. Bought it for $100 or whatever it may be. But we all are ready to put the more valuable time that the watch shows. Your watch is meant for showing you watch. Nowadays it is for attending call also. Your, your blood pressure and everything it monitors. And you are not ready to put your watch into dustbin, but you are ready to put the valuable time that it shows. And the second aspect of it, ignorantly we believe time will solve everything. Sorry, இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்ச நாள் ஆச்சுன்னா டைம் சால்வ் ஆகிடும் சார். அது நிறையா பேர் எல்லாம் டைம் எல்லாம் போக போக சரியாயிடும் சார். எல்லாம் டைம் வில் சால்வ். Ladies and gentlemen, time will not solve any problem, but timely decision that you take. Time may be a best healer. Time will heal all your problems. You met with a fatal accident, after a couple of years you will be vibrant, bubbling with enthusiasm. Time will heal your problem. Time will not solve your problem. But the timely decision that you take will solve your problem. For example, you are driving towards Bangalore. Bangalore is this way. And actually you must drive back to Chennai. Having driven it for a couple of hours, you find that you are driving towards Bangalore, your Mercedes, and will you think that time will solve? The more I drive, more comfortably I reach Chennai. Will time solve your problem? But timely decision that I am into the wrong route, this route will abort to Bangalore, not Chennai. To reach Chennai, I need to take a U-turn, diversion in the route, and travel other way round for me to be reaching. This is the timely decision that you take to reach your destination, this time will never ever solve problem. This hypothetically we believe. யார் சொன்ன எங்கே வந்ததுன்னு தெரியல இந்த கான்செப்ட்லாம். டைம் எல்லாம் சரியாயிடும். போக போக அது அது ரிதமிக்காக கூட இருக்கும். அது போக போக எல்லாம் சரியாயிடும் சார். Ladies and gentlemen, nowhere in Bhagavad Gita this hypothetical things have been talked. No belief, it's a matter of understanding. Poga poga sariyaidu. And we all are the great, excuse me, we all are the great believer of God. Adu vera irukku. In the time will solve the problems. We all the pious people, we believe in God. Also, faith in God will solve the problem you believe. To some extent, maybe yes. எல்லாம் பார்த்துப்பா சார், அது ஒன்று. எல்லாம் கடவுள் பார்த்துப்பான். God will take care of everything. எல்லாம் கடவுளே கூட இருந்தார் அர்ஜுனன். Along with Arjuna, God himself was present. He did not do anything. He did not fight for Arjuna. Arjuna was to take each and every bow and arrow to fight with people. Eventually he won the war. Krishna was pretty clear. He can only teach, make him realize which is right, which is wrong, but not physical support. கடவுள் பார்த்துப்பார், கடவுளே கூட இருந்தார். Nothing happened for him. He blabbered and he said this would happen, that would happen. Varna Sankara Karake, there are many things that he has been talking about. There was no false promise or nothing Krishna did, but sensibly, intellectually made him realize, again with clarity, context, consistency, and what is expected out of him and why it matters. He must have been an MBA student. He must have been an MBA professor or whatever it may be. This worked for him. Ladies and gentlemen, your faith is not the substitute of hard work and competence, but have to have faith. Faith plus hard work plus competence. But unknowingly, ignorantly, we believe faith is a substitute of our hard work and competence, where we are frustrated, we are suppressed and repressed.
So can you give any example for this, sir?
Sorry, ma'am?
Can you give for any example? We should not have more faith in God. It is not the substitute for it.
Faith in God is a psychological booster for you. There is a guy called God. The golden bearded guy called God is watching me all the time. He will do me only good. Yes. Unless and until you have faith in God, things may work, may not work. See, I tell you, let me put it in this way. Positive energy, positive thinking will not guarantee success. Negative things guarantee failure. Faith in God sometimes may not bring success. It doesn't guarantee. But non-faithful towards God will guarantee failure. And we have a question and answer session separately for this, and therefore the flow. Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
So Kanchi Periva uses this phrase, Prarthane plus Prayatane.
Wow. Prarthanai plus prayatnam. Yes. Prarthana plus prayatnam. From whom? I learned from man.
No, it's Periva's words.
Through, again, I am only demystifying the Bhagavad Gita's essence. It is not my theory. If at all I just say my theory, I am cheating you all, ladies and gentlemen. It's not my words. I decode it, demystify it, making as a hot cake for you to understand things better and better than it is there in all the tougher text. There cannot be a easiest than mine. Ma'am is improving again than my words. Prarthana and prayatna. Positive thoughts will not guarantee success. Negative thoughts will guarantee failure. Those who wanted to be a champion standing in the running race, you should believe that you are going to be the champion. Nikkum bode na engada jayika pora. Ange gali sutham. All those who wanted to become a champion will not become champion. But unless you want to be a champion, you cannot become champion. What a interlocking system. All those who wanted to be, so far I have not delivered all this. The thought process. I only come with a thought process. We link over here. All those who wanted to be a champion may not become champion. But unless you wanted to be a champion, you cannot be a champion. Positive thoughts may not guarantee success. But negative thing guarantee failure. Somewhere or other you would have heard, sir, now onnume pannala sir, I didn't put any effort and eventually I won. It's all bluff. If at all somebody says, I didn't prepare for JE at all, I don't know how I cleared my JE Advance, nowhere. The clearance of JE Advance is more into how to reject people than how to accept. The great job of Professor Kama is not to admit people, how to reject. No, who is Professor Kama is Kamkoti. It is not an easy job for him to reject people in, mark or half a mark or whatever it may be. Admitting is so easy. It's all system does. Rejection is. So somebody says, sir, your theory doesn't work, sir. For my JE prelims, okay, but in JE Advance, I never worked in a, it's a bigger bluff. Now, ஒண்ணுமே பண்ணல அப்படியே வந்துட்டு எனக்கு மேல. Yo, 1 in 1,000, 1 in lakh, somebody would have become something. Magically, something would have fallen. Laddu would have fallen, they would have caught. This is not an agreeable thoughts. So what I come to tell you is, mere faith is necessary. But ladies and gentlemen, Krishna advises, Yatatecha tato bhuyaha samsiddho. To be a successful person, you need to be constantly striving. What a great, crystal clear, hitting the top of the nail. So therefore, faith alone will not work. Faith plus hard work plus competence work in better and better way. What's time now? Sorry? I'm sorry. 12:40. I think 12:30 or something would have been the lunch time. I've taken up your time, and after the lunch, we just come back over here by 2:30. Long lunch. Wow. Should I stop over here or? So we come back over here only by This is a time for us to be lunch, right? 2:30, and we'll try to finish it up as early as possible. See, because again, if it is going to be a prepared talk, that will go as per that clock ticks. But we only align the thoughts over here, and therefore we speak and speak and speak. And maybe you have got a couple of topics over here, and we will try to finish it as sharp as possible. Thank you all so much. Thank you so much for everything.